Black people have always loved anime, but no anime is more prolific, beloved, or iconic within the Black and blurred community than Dragon Ball. Since the Dragon Ball anime aired for the first time in the US in 1992 and then to a wider US audience in 95, Dragon Ball and its subsequent installments have been a cultural staple for the culture and community. Many Black people, especially Black men and boys, have found themselves inside characters like Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku. But there's always been some dissonance between the people who love this anime and the characters themselves. Mainly that the characters were Japanese with pale skin and straight hair, and once they powered up to Super Saiyan, they further strayed away from any traits that Black people could identify with the spiky blonde hair and the teal blue eyes. As much as we wanted to see ourselves as the super-powered Saiyan Goku, he just wasn't us. So, we made Goku black. Hello, lovely people of the internet. This is your girl, Ty Black in Culture, and welcome to Black in the Way Back, a series diving into nostalgic media and niche nerd internet lore from 2000 to 2015, because that's when I was a kid. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, I'm Ty, and I make content about comics, manga, animation, and fandom. And if that interests you, be sure to scroll down and tap that subscribe button, because between you and me, I hear it's good at parties. And if this isn't your first time seeing my face, what's good with you? I hope you are having a fantastic day and that you are doing well. And go ahead and grab that drink and snack and get comfy, because we're about to go way back to... So what do I mean they made Goku black? Well, it's a long-standing tradition within the Black nerd community by artists and fans alike to take established and beloved characters and change them to have darker skin or textured hair so that it better matches us. Externally, this has been met with critique and ire from non-Black but predominantly white people proclaiming that this is something called blackwashing, which this is a fictional term and it does not exist. In fact, I've already made an entire video talking about it. Why don't you watch it with me?
If you're using the term blackwashing and you really mean that and you really standing by that, you're smoking dick. You're on the pipe and you need to get off. Pun unintended. Now, because I'm an educator at heart, I'm going to go ahead and explain blackwashing. Blackwashing is a fictional term that was coined by people who are clearly bigoted in their views to describe when people of color, Black, POC, and marginalized individuals take characters and adapt them in fan art to give them attributes that better represent themselves. This could be deepening the skin tone, adding texture to their hair, putting them in cultural clothing like, say, a hijab, anything to make that character feel more culturally relevant to you. Blackwashing, the term, is used as the antithesis to the actual harmful phenomena of whitewashing, when a story is being readapted and the character is being switched from some other race to white, functionally creating a new character and erasing all of the cultural context that character may have had, and erasing the representation that character was in the story they originally were in. Whiteness typically is not a critical part of a character's story. However, for Black and brown people, their race and cultural background is.
Just for additional clarification, many Black and POC people participate in this fan art practice because mainstream media simply does not cater to us. Popular and mainstream media just does not create enough media representation of us in the shows, games, movies, and books we read, despite the industry still pining for the dollars that we provide. The art and practice of taking characters that you love to make them look more like you, especially in a world that does not look for you or represents you, is a form of creative protest, and I'm all here for it. With that being said, I still didn't actually tell you how we made Goku black, and I'm not talking about this guy.
Hold your fire! This man isn't black! What did he say?
I'm talking about the blackgoku.com, a Dragon Ball fan site talking about everything Dragon Ball, but specifically for Black Dragon Ball fans. There is everything on the website, from yearly contests, a thriving forum, gifts for user to use, chats for fans to chat about other anime, and quite a bit more. Who created this website? How did this website come to be? what was actually on the website. The origins of the blackgoku.com are rather elusive.
Yeah, that's not quite true. I'm gonna have to set the record straight in my own video because I go into 3 minutes of inaccurate information in this section, and then throughout the video, I just didn't do enough research into certain things, so I miss out on a lot of information and I don't fully explain a lot of things. So you're gonna see this version of me multiple times throughout the video. We're just gonna roll with it, okay? Okay.
According to the professional Dragon Ball historian Derek Padula, yes, that position does exist. The website was created by someone who used the Black Goku as a username in 1999 and then soon after created the website of the same name. From what I can tell from digging through forum posts and spending a lot of time on the Internet Archive, is that the guy who created the blackgoku.com was as much an internet mystery as he was an internet icon. The person who founded the website, the Black Goku, which I'll now shorten to DBG, was a really interesting kind of guy. According to his RYM profile from 2009, he loved diverse music. He was into all sorts of music and artists like Aaliyah, Alice in Chains, T.I., Paramore, and Black Sabbath. He might have been a bit of a lyricist or a rap god as he had some nerdcore bars on his profile. Here comes the Black Goku. Y'all sayins ain't no gangsters. Y'all saying some hoes. Sensubine to my lips, scatter on my hips, side bomb in my socks, and capsule full of clips. DBG had a range of interests from gaming to film and possibly even some sports, according to an Operation Sports Arena account bearing the same profile name. I did look around a little bit more than that. I sent some emails to some dead accounts, DM'd a whole bunch of people with some semblance of the name the Black Goku, but I haven't heard anything back, and I don't think I will, because honestly, it's probably very likely that DBG is no longer into Dragon Ball or has probably just completely left the internet.
In addition to doing research on the Wayback Machine, Derek Padula, his website was one of the big places where I was able to find a lot of my initial research for this whole video. Just because there isn't a lot that's recorded in Derek's Padula's article about the Black Goku, and the whole website was one of the largest reserves of information that anyone could find. And going through the website, I just kept feeling like I'm missing something. There's no way that this article exists and no one still knows who the Black Goku is. And then as I was going through the website for like the umpteenth time, it kind of hit me. Is there a comment section on this article on this website? And of course, wouldn't you know it, after poking around the website a little bit more, there was a comment section with about 114 different comments. And it is here in the comment section where the details about the elusive the Black Goku come to light. I just want to note here that I know that a lot of modern websites have that comment section right at the bottom, but on this particular website, yeah, you can leave a comment, but the comment isn't like a part of the website. They're actually using some kind of comments host for website called Disc, I think is the way to pronounce it. And through Disc, you can create an account, and that's how basically people were able to leave comments on the website. Even still, Disc I had a lot of issues with because I physically couldn't pull up comments. I couldn't just click on the 65 comments that it says on the article. I actually had to do a huge workaround where I was going to the specific comment I wanted and then backtracking so I could read all the rest of the comments. Okay. So what did I find in the comments that basically made me re-record a bunch of this video? I found the Black Goku, or it's better to say that the Black Goku found himself, or I don't know. I don't think anyone quite found him. I just kind of looked in the comment section and he left a long ass. According to the comment section of the article about the blackgoku.com, the creator of the website is a man named Zachary M. The comment section underneath the article does possess his whole name. However, I personally feel pretty uncomfortable posting someone's full information out there on my video, even though it's available on the internet. But if you want to look at it yourself and you're interested in this, I'll leave a link down to the comments and the whole article in the description of this video. Now, you might be thinking, well, how do you know for certain that
this Zackery person is the blackgoku.com. Well, as I was mentioning, I went through the comment section. There was this interaction between Derek Padula and certain people who were claiming that they knew Zackery or that they had worked as mods on the blackgoku.com. And there were some consistencies throughout their comments that said that he had went to college and he had some kind of background in IT. So what's the history with Zackery and the Black Goku? Well, it will most likely just be easier to read exactly what he says. blackgoku.com and blackgoku.com actually started on the University of Michigan's local network. A friend of mine had managed to get some video files, presumably DBZ ones, and was willing to share them with me. I had fallen in love with Dragon Ball Z during an internship that summer prior while watching it on Cartoon Network's Toonami, which actually played it around 6 p.m. back then. Eventually, everything they had dubbed ended in the Frieza saga, and I just had to get my hands on all of the episodes. So I linked my network through my university's subpage and opened up to the world looking for more episodes. The goal was to trade what I had for what I can get. Back then, 56K dial-up was everywhere and DSL was the next new thing, but the university's Ethernet was as fast as it got. Eventually, I opened up the Black Goku's Dragon Ball Z collection, which is more DBZ and anime. As my love for anime grew, blackgoku.com and blackgoku.com were opened up as a means to share my love for this series with my fellow man. The content therein was completely dictated by the fans and the viewers of the website. I also opened up animeedition.net and narutoz.com and was on my way to creating the blacknaruto.com. Unfortunately, 9/11 hit the revenue stream hard and things like YouTube and torrents made it obsolete. Despite a very loyal following, I just had to close the doors, but I still have all the data to this day. With this information in mind, my respect for theblackgoku.com has just skyrocketed. I'm extremely excited to highlight what Zackery and his mods were able to create and also what the fans were able to curate and create together as a community. Just taking a few more moments to talk about Zackery. Zackery just seems so incredibly passionate about the work he was doing on the Black Goku. Everything from the updates in the archive sites and, the posts in general on Derek Padula's article. Beforehand, I was just a little bit jazzed that I had found this topic, but now I'm full-blown excited to just deep dive into basically an OG in the otaku and blurred space and how they built community, what was on the website. It makes me very happy, especially with what this series is. Like, this is why I started this series for real. As mentioned before, the DBG website was a Dragon Ball fan site that ran in some fashion or form from 1999 to 2009 and predominantly catered to Black Dragon Ball fans. There are quite a few broken pages, and of course the website does not exist anymore. However, what I can say definitively through what I've gathered from the Wayback Machine is it was a large community hub with DBZ news, current events, a popular forum, and lots of art and interactive moments for fans to be involved with. There are 3 different design eras with different variations, but the first one that I could find was a black background website with a picture of Black Goku as the entrance photo. This appears to be when the website was just theblackgoku.com and ran from 1999 to 2002. Then we get a more modern website with modern updates and character banners before finally getting the cool blue Y2K design, which seems to be attributed to blackgoku.com, which ran from 2003 or 2004 to 2009. I think what I find most interesting about the DBG website is that it's a clear love letter to not just the series of Dragon Ball, but to its fans. During the tenure of the website, DBG was adamant about updating the website regularly and speaking to his fans. Even now that the website no longer exists, it's definitely a time capsule now of the era that it was made. And even though I personally didn't experience this website growing up, I did feel extremely nostalgic going through the archived website. Now this is where we get into the real fun part, actually going through what was on the Black Goku website. As you know, the blackgoku.com and blackgoku.com no longer exists, and I had to use the Internet Archive and the Wayback Machine to actually pull up the web pages to even do this video.
which, by the way, if you have a couple dollars to spare, I highly encourage you to support these internet information hubs and these archival websites. Internet websites like Wikipedia and Internet Archives are often nonprofit, and they do so much for the online community. It's because of websites like these that we can do the research that we can on all topics, and that I was able to even make this video. Again, if you can't support these organizations to help keep them afloat, I will leave some details down in the description so that you can help contribute. The website's main features were its updates page, which mainly featured correspondence from Zachary, the Black Goku, the anime and manga of DBZ sections for fans to read and watch their favorite IPs, the forum for fans to stay connected, and the art and gifts. In later iterations, there was even a music page added where you could listen to anime OPs from your favorite shows. Something that I found that really tickled me in the moment was when Zachary was making updates about the Dragon Ball Evolution movie that came out in 2009. He seems genuinely excited about the movie and is kind of cautiously hyping it up, you know, like, okay, this is gonna be so good. Like, the English actors are great, the Asian actors are great. This is gonna be a good movie. But I live in future times, and I don't want to be the one to tell them. Who's gonna tell them? Oh my goodness, it really sucks. It really sucks. We were all betrayed that day. We were all betrayed that day. As I was going through and looking up details about the DBG website, I ended up coming across quite a few anecdotes of people who had actually come across or used the website in the past. A lot of the people I were coming across were people who interacted with the website when they were kids and young teens.
Okay guys, you guys are really in for a treat today. I just remembered something from way fucking back in my childhood. blackgoku.com. Have you guys ever heard of blackgoku.com?
For those of you that don't know, the Black Goku is from early internet, long before social media. This was like, this was on what, Angel Fire, I think?
I remember being in elementary school, and directly across from my elementary school was a Trident Tech. I don't know if other places have Trident Tech. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. But it was a college. It was a technical college right across the street. And they had computers and all that stuff. The library was literally the first building you would walk into when you went into that school. And I would go in there and immediately hop on the computer with my homeboys. And we would always go to this one website called theblackgoku.com. We used to live for these pictures. We used to go there, print them off. At first it was in black and white, but then they started to have color printers, and then because we were elementary kids, they would let us just abuse that shit. I mean, we were printing off at one point in time hundreds of these shits a month.
Up until this point, probably the only place you'd get really any in-depth information about the Black Goku website would have been from Derek Padula. I will say he does do a really good job of highlighting why the website might have been made and who probably would have benefited from the website's existence. Also, through Padula's research, it's probably one of the only accounts of how the website actually worked, which again, you probably weren't getting anywhere else until, this video. In addition to Padula's work, I was able to find a few tributes to the site, including a tribute music slideshow on YouTube from about 17 years ago from Ace Blad Knight to this really wholesome tribute page called jerseykid1.tripod.com.
The reason why I pulled Jersey Kid's website was because on his website, he has this entire webpage dedicated to the Black Goku. Not the website, just the Black Goku himself. And he has a statement on this page that's actually really wholesome. Let me read it to you. This is the black version of Goku. This is his page. He's the strongest black person in the world. Now little black kids have something to look up to. The Black Goku is not your average black man. The Black Goku is a black man with superpowers. He is a Saiyan. The Black Goku is full of hip hop and rap, but is still a hero. Some people say that you can't listen to rap and be a hero. The Black Goku can prove them wrong. He hasn't let the world down yet. The earth is still here, isn't it? This right here is why I say representation matters so fucking much. It matters. And I'm just happy that this website existed and that Jersey Kid got to experience it. It's so wholesome. I don't know. Is it just, I think it's my allergies, y'all.
So we've covered a lot of different topics under the DBG website, but I would be remiss if I did not mention the Draw Me a Black Goku contest that was held annually on the website each year. Throughout the 5 years that the contest ran, we see a range of submissions with various skills and mediums. Some were done digitally, some were scanned in, but most were paper drawings done on printer or lined paper. Regardless of the medium, anybody who participated seemed to have a really good time in taking Toriyama's iconic style and mixing it with their own personal flair. It's actually really wholesome looking at some of these submissions, as most of these were probably drawn by kids and they definitely are super cute. But also, at times, I'm just kind of blown away by the level of artistry some people were able to pull with the very early rudimentary versions of digital art. From what I can gather, the contest itself seems to be one of the biggest draws to the website, and even though most people who visited the website don't remember much about the Black Goku, they certainly do remember the art. It's probably one of the number one things of people that I've seen talk about the website can recall initially. I prided myself on original content, which is what started the drawing contest on the website. It was very fun to do, and a bunch of young artists got a good start. Switcher, who won 2 of the contests, eventually bowed out of competing to let others have a better chance. The representation the DBG website created was so necessary, and it helped so many people find community and joy in something that they may not have actually seen themselves in. And together, they all created a world where they felt safe and they felt loved and they felt celebrated. I remember the early 2000s watching cartoons and watching TV and realizing very early on that there wasn't any characters that looked like me or even slightly represented me. I think the closest I ever got to feeling like a character did was 𝐿𝐼 from the anime Shadow Skill, which hopefully I'll talk about later down the line. I vividly remember visiting a ton of dress-up websites that allowed you to change the hair and skin color and hair texture of a Sailor Scout or some other character, and I lived on those websites because that was really the only place I could see myself like in an anime form and be like, ah, yeah, that's me. I imagine that's probably how Black Dragon Ball fans felt stumbling across the DBG website when they were younger. It's amazing that they got this opportunity to bond over the anime, to build community, and to be themselves in a space where that probably not a ton of people even know existed.
So 16, is 16 gone? Damn. All these moments lost in time, bro. Like tears in the rain.
But I'm glad that it did exist and that the people who got to experience it got to have a safe space where they could be in community with others and feel like they were a part of something, like they could vibe with something. They felt represented and heard and felt. It just, man, I'm a little salty I didn't come across it, because I can only imagine what that might have even done for me. I have never been more pleased covering a subject. In covering the blackgoku.com, I have found fan art, community posts, new subjects to explore in general, really. I found out about the blackgoku.com from a darling friend who told me about how she used to browse the website back in the day. And from there, I have just been so hyperfixated on this entire concept, on the entire fan website. As I was doing my research, I realized there are definitely people who remember the website, but there are a ton of people who don't. And before this video, that was me too, myself included. And it's just kind of mind-boggling because this is a legitimate piece of like blurred media, and it was almost kind of just lost to knowledge. I won't say time, because we definitely still have access to it, but definitely like lost to common knowledge. I'd even wager to say that because of this website, maybe not a direct link, but because of this website, this is the reason why we have creators like SSJ9K and maybe even RDC World. Maybe I'm puffing up this website a little too much. But hear me out. I don't know if Zachary the Black Goku will ever see this, but Zachary the Black Goku, if you are seeing this, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your passion with the internet and with the world what you made was something special and it's worthy of celebration and it deserves to be talked about so much more. And you certainly left an impression on me. And that's why I created this series, man, to talk about my nostalgic hyperfixations with all of you. Every video that I work on in this series continues to just take me back, and I am mind boggled by just how much of my childhood that I spent on the internet is now a part of history worthy of anthropological documentation. And I am not an anthropologist, but I like to think that I'm putting in that work. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know that you like it for real. Also, if you like content like this, check out the previous episode I did on animated shorts from my childhood because I think you'll really enjoy it. And finally, if you like content about comics, manga, animation, and fandom, be sure to cha-cha slide down to that subscribe button because between you and me, I hear it's good at parties. I can't wait to see you next time when we go way back with the girl, Black.